I'm Paul Helquist. I'm the creative director on Borderlands 2. Yeah, we were really excited about the reception that the first game had, but there were a lot of things that we wanted to do that we just didn't quite have enough time, or we ran into problems during the last finishing up the game. So there were a lot of things that we thought we could do much better, and so Borderlands 2 was really for us about working through those things and bringing a lot of what we had always wanted to be in Borderlands to our fans. We thought we had these weapon manufacturers, and we thought they were a really interesting part of Borderlands in our universe, and so we wanted to bring those to life. So our weapons visually have a lot more of the personality of the weapon manufacturers, and all the names, all that kind of thing. We also wanted to deepen the RPG systems in the game, so one of the things that we've done is we've added this new feature called the Badass Rank system. And with this system, players can basically infinitely grow their characters. And they do this by completing challenges which earns them ranks, and these ranks provide you with token rewards, and the rewards provide you stat bonuses for all the characters that you as a gamer have for Borderlands. So it sort of crosses all your characters, and you can just keep growing in that way, as long as you wish. The story is about, it's after the opening of the vault at the end of the first game, and it's been a few years, and our heroes from the first game have been scattered, and a new villain has arrived on Pandora, Handsome Jack. And he's the head of the Hyperion Corporation, and he's come to mine this iridium and look for, there's rumors of a new vault. And so he's looking for the new vault, and in the process he's just destroying anyone and anything that gets in his way. And so the player starts out the game thinking that he's coming to help Jack find this vault, and then you quickly find out that he's up to no good, and then you work through the rest of the game to stop him. We've expanded the number of enemies and monsters and bandits and such significantly over the first game. We have lots of new creatures. We have some these new bugs called Barkid, which are really interesting, that if you don't kill them quick enough, they'll go into a cocoon, and when they come out, they're a larger and more difficult version of themselves, and they'll keep doing this until ultimately you get your badass versions, which are the elites of Borderlands. So that's one of the interesting new creatures we have. We've also expanded what the bandits can do and what they're all about. We've got enemies with shields that are great for co-op, that one player can keep them busy and the other can get around behind them. And the list goes on and on. We've got a lot of flying enemies this time around, and we've improved the AI across the board. Vehicles are of course an important part of Borderlands, and the Light Runner from the first game is back. And then during the course of play, you'll also unlock the Bandit Technical, which is the vehicle that the bandits use. And this one is interesting because it's 4 players can get into the same vehicle. And you've got your driver, your gunner, and then the other 2 players actually crouch down in the bed of the truck and can use their handheld weapons shooting out of the back of the vehicle. Co-op is extremely important in Borderlands. We support drop in, drop out. You can come and go at any time. We split screen. We also support split screen, which is very important to us, and up to 4 players. And we've got a lot of cool systems in the game that actually understand how many players are in the game and will adjust the difficulty of the game on the fly based on how many players are in the game. It also increases the quantity and quality of the loot that you find in the game, so playing with friends is more rewarding in that way as well. The versus, we don't really have a traditional versus mode. But players can fight each other in what we call duels. And you initiate a duel with another player, and then you can kind of have this really brief encounter, and then you go back to cooperating and continuing on your missions. We have 4 new character classes that all play very differently. We have the Gunzerker, who's all about dual wielding and using all these guns and finding these interesting combinations of weapons to maximize his abilities. We have Axton, who's the Commando, and he's similar to Roland in that he has a turret, only it's a vastly upgraded turret over the first game, and he has a lot of new skills and things that the turret can do, like you can get a mag lock that allows you to attach it to walls and ceilings, and at the very end, in the later game, you can even get 2 turrets that come out at the same time. And so there's lots of new turret type gameplay with Axton. Then we have Zero, who's the assassin, and his skill is called Deception, and he throws out this holographic decoy of himself and then disappears into the shadows, and can do extreme damage through critical hits as well as melee. So he's sort of our sniper class as well as our close combat. And then finally we have Maya, who is a new siren. And the sirens all have very different powers, and so Maya's ability is called Phase Lock. And she can choose one of the enemies and can trap them in this ethereal bubble. And that takes them out of the battle and allows you to focus on other enemies or concentrate your fire on the toughest foe. That one's really great in co-op as well, because it sort of raises that character up above the battlefield and everyone can kind of focus their attention on that. The game is much larger in just about every way, from the gear to the amount of enemies and to the worlds themselves. The levels are definitely larger, a lot more vistas and wide open expanses to explore and see the beauty of Pandora, as well as the nasty creatures and whatnot.